परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र सब अवतार सार शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंद सब अवतार सार शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंद परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताई सुदृढ़ विश्वास करी भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताई सुदृढ़ विश्वास करी विषय छाड़िया घेर से मजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि विषय छाड़िया शेर से मजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाई देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाई हे मन दयाल दाता देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाई हे मन दयाल दाता पशु पाखी झूरे पाषाण बिदरे सुनी जार गुण गाथा पशु पाखी झूरे पाषाण बिदरे सुनी जार गुण गाथा पशु पाखी झूरे पाषाण बिदरे सुनी जार गुण गाथा परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र संसारे मजिया रहिले परिया से पदे नहीं लास संसारे मजिया रहिले परिया से पदे नहीं लास आपन करम भुंजाय समान कहे लोचन दास आपन करम भुंजाय समान कहे लोचन दास आपन करम भुंजाय समान कहे लोचन दास परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताई गौरा चंद्र Sabavatar Sarashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Sabavatar Sarashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Damodar, Radhe, Jaya Radha Damodar, Damodar Radhe, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshan, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshan, Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari. Hare Krishna. So I welcome you all for this special session on the life and teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So last time we were discussing about Guru Parampara how we receive this transcendental knowledge by disciplic succession. So the knowledge, the truth, the true knowledge which is coming down from Sri Krishna himself. And through disciplic succession, it is coming to us. And that is the process to receive true knowledge. Simply by mental concoction or independently, if we try to understand the absolute truth, that is not possible. So by disciplic succession, we receive this transcendental knowledge, and not only knowledge, but realization also. And we also heard about that there are authentic disciplic successions, 4 authentic disciplic succession. So we heard about Rudra Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya. And all these authentic, these Sampradaya, Parampara, which is only giving us bhakti to the Lord, teaching us about how to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord and serve Him. And we are also coming down, the line of authority we are following, that is known as Brahma Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So, and in this line of authority, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, appeared in this age of Kali Yuga. And his purpose of appearance, like any other incarnation, if we see, Krishna himself, he mentioned in this Bhagavad Gita, that he appeared to deliver the fallen soul, or to destroy the evils, or to deliver his devotees. That is one external reason why Krishna comes to this material world. And Krishna appears in different forms to deliver, and to deliver us from all sins. And he is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita the process how we can get free from all sins. And what is that? Is that how we can get free from all sins? Simply by taking shelter of Krishna. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokchaishyami mahasucha. So this is one condition. If we take shelter of Krishna, then we get delivered from sinful reactions or sinful activities, desires. So how to take shelter? That is, we learn from Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein we see how devotees taking shelter of the Lord, they're performing their duties, their responsibilities, and totally absorbed in Krishna consciousness. But when Lord sees that even because of this degraded age of Kali Yuga, people are so fallen, so degraded, so much disqualified that they are not able to follow the processes which is there in different scriptures or Vedic scriptures. They're not able to follow that. So the same Lord, he appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally, he comes here to teach us how to take shelter or how to love God. That is the topmost benediction of devotional service, how we can love Krishna. So he is personally coming to teach us by example. So Krishna personally coming to teach us by example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Also, if you see the internal reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, because Krishna himself cannot understand how much love or what is that nectar which my devotees experiences in devotion, in loving devotional service. Like devotees, their only goal, their only objective is to love Krishna. And they, in all situations, in all circumstances, they're always serving Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. They don't have any other expectations, any other desire. Even in tough time also, they are always blissful simply because they are absorbed in Krishna consciousness. And we also heard many stories like how devotees, especially gopis, the topmost devotees of the Lord, they are ready to take any kind of pain, any kind of suffering. The only objective is to give relief or to serve Krishna. That is their goal. So, what is that love? What is that bliss the devotees experience when they love Krishna? So, Krishna was not able to understand how somebody is loving me and getting what kind of nectar somebody is getting out of my love. Uh, then Radharani is the topmost devotee, is the topmost lover of Krishna. And Krishna inquired from Radharani, what do you experience when you love me? And Radharani, she said that you can only experience this when you become Radharani. Without having a heart of Shrimati Radharani, you cannot understand our love for you. Then Krishna decided, okay, in Kali Yuga, I will appear. I will appear having the heart or the mood of Shrimati Radharani in the form of Krishna only, in the form of a Brahman or devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that special incarnation. Krishna himself, even Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is the writer of this Chaitanya Leela, means Chaitanya Charitamrita, he said even if we say that he is incarnation of Krishna, that is an offense. So means Krishna himself appearing as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just to experience that love and mood of Shrimati Radharani. And also, as a devotee, he is here to teach us how to love Krishna. And also, not because this, how to achieve this love of Krishna, how to perform devotional service, how to perform service in such a way so that we can very easily achieve this perfection. The most easiest process, whatever we are reading in Bhagavad Gita, you see, you will, when you go through this, so many processes you will learn about. That's very difficult to do in this age of Kali Yuga. To receive mercy of the Lord, so much austerity, penances, so many difficult processes are there. Ashtanga yoga process, that is very difficult. In earlier time, people used to do lots of tapasya. And without austerity, without penances, we cannot receive mercy of Krishna.
Is Radha and also Krishna?
That is, of course, Radha and Krishna, they are not different. That is the eternal potency pleasure of Krishna only. So like Krishna and Radha, they are separated form, and Radha and Krishna again just coming in one form, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared in this age of Kali Yuga, especially to deliver the fallen souls and bestow this mercy, love of Krishna, the topmost benediction. And that too with a very simple method, very simple process, that is congregational chanting of the holy name. Yagyai Sankirtanai Pyaya Yajanti Hi Sumedasa. And it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, any intelligent person, one who is very, very intelligent, they will accept this process of chanting the holy name. They will serve Krishna. They will worship Krishna by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Sumedasa, Sumedas. Sumeda means very, very intelligent people. They will accept this process of chanting the holy name of the Lord. And this is what the culmination of the whole teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nama Sankirtan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come here to give that. So the teachings of Bhagavad Gita is to take shelter of Krishna, surrender to Krishna, and he will deliver us from all sinful reactions. And how we can take shelter of Krishna? We can take shelter of that. We are learning in Srimad Bhagavatam by performing devotional services. Different kind of devotional processes are there, and especially chanting the holy name of the Lord. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared just to teach us how to chant, how to love Krishna. This most sublime method he appeared to give it to us. So just like Krishna, we see like Krishna was very naughty, very mischievous in his pastime. So he is Krishna himself. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his childhood name was Nimai because he took birth under a neem tree. So his name was Nimai. We are not going in much detail, but we will discuss few of the pastimes and we'll learn from there. So Nimai, he was very, very naughty, very, very mischievous, just like Krishna. So few pastimes, like once a Brahmana visited his father, and that was a very strict Brahmana. He was not eating anything cooked by others' hand. He was cooking himself and taking prasadam, or offering to the God, to the Lord, and then taking prasadam. So one day when he was there, and Jagannath Mishra, who is the father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very happy to receive him. And he requested, yes, you can take some prasadam now, and then after you can take rest. So that Brahmana, he started cooking, and after cooking, he offered to the Lord and he started praying. And meanwhile, little Nimai, he just came and eaten that food. And that Brahmana, he got very angry. Oh, what kind of naughty boy he is. See, I'm just going to offer it, and he just contaminated it by eating it. So he started shouting upon. And Jagannath Mishra, he was upset with this. He said, okay, please once again, because again, cooking, he cannot offer that food, and without offering, he cannot accept it. So he decided, okay, let me cook once again. He's a small boy, okay, excuse him. Let me cook once again. He again started cooking. And again, after cooking, he offered to the Lord. And Nimai, again, somehow, he came to that place and he eaten it up. Again, he was very angry. And all the family members, they got disturbed. And Jagannath Mishra, he thought, why he is again coming and disturbing? So better let him lock him in a room. So they decided and requested Brahmana. And Brahmana, he was just feeling like, no, I think Lord does not want me to eat tonight. Let me sleep without taking any food. Let me sleep. And then Jagannath Mishra, because it was now getting very late in night. So Jagannath Mishra, he again requested, no, please, it is not good. No, you are here with us, and without eating, if you sleep, that is disrespect to a guest. Please, one last time. I will just lock him in a room and do this time. Please do that. So again, he started cooking, and it was very late night. He cooked, and again he started offering to the Lord. And that time Nimai was locked in a room. But again, when he was meditating upon Lord, he appeared over there and it took it. And again, he was just thinking, my God, what kind of boy he is. See, even at third time, I'm cooking, and again he just eaten it up. And then because that time nobody was there, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he revealed his form to him. He said, you are inviting me only. You're calling me to accept this food, and I'm coming and accepting it. Then why you are being angry? Why you are getting angry? And Brahmana could understood that he is Krishna himself. He was so much in ecstasy. He started just very much detail is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The way he was behaving, he got so much ecstatic in that love of Krishna. And he was just bowing down and touching his feet, and all this devotional ecstasy was there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, similarly, we see so many pastimes wherein from the very beginning he was revealing that he is God himself. And also very mischievous, naughty activities he used to do. When he got a bit younger, then the ladies, the girls, especially the village, they used to go and worship Katyayani Devi for a good husband. They used to worship. And he was there on the rivers, and he used to just tease them. And asking the food they were having to offer to the goddess. And how he was asking, he used to say that, give me those foods to me. She is my servant, and you just offer it to me. If you do not offer it to me, then I will curse you. The way he was teasing like this. If you do not give me this food, I will curse you. And what kind of curse? I will curse you that you will get married to an old person already having many children. So out of fear, those girls, they used to just give all the foods to Nimai. So this way he was just, and they were also enjoying that kind of pastime. And even when he was going to school, most of the times he was, he was, what do you call it, like a school bunker then, So with his friends, he used to go to the Ganga River and just taking bath over there, enjoying, playing in water with other students, and whatever different saintly people they used to come there to take bath. He was swimming under the water and just pulling their legs, and all these kinds of mischievous activities he was doing. And so many complain, because these people, they used to go and complain to his father Jagannath Mishra, your son is very naughty, he is doing all sorts of such kind of mischievous activities, he is not going to his school. So many complaints he used to get. So one day, Jagannath Mishra, he decided to chastise him, and he took a stick, and then he just went towards River Ganga just to find him out. But all the other friends already informed him that your father is coming. He's very angry. He's coming with a stick in his hand. So he just went through a different way and applying some ink in his hand and on his body, and just he was just acting like, I'm just directly coming from a school. And he went to this home, and he started requesting his mother, my mother, I'm so tired, and this is school study, so much study is there, I'm so tired, please give me some food. And by the time here Jagannath Mishra, when he reached to the river Ganga, and other saintly people who, when they saw that Jagannath Mishra, he's so angry having a stick in his hand, so their heart uh, was melt, especially for Nimai. He said, no, he's a good person, he's nice. Don't do anything to him. He's a nice person. And all this, and when he returned home back, then he could see that Nimai is already there. So this way, he was doing many beautiful transcendental pastimes, though it may look like a very ordinary activities. But as we know that Lord's pastimes are transcendental, it is not ordinary. And gradually, when he was growing, and he was also very intelligent, very logical, he used to always debate with others, and he used to find out all the big, like intelligent people and debating with them. First, he was any reason or any argument which he was giving first, and if somebody is defeated or and accepted that argument, again he was counteracting the same argument, his own argument he was counteracting again, and just giving another views. He was very intelligent. And we heard the story when once Keshav Kashmiri, very very intelligent person, he was from Kashmir, and he was very uh, means very well known, means knowing all the scriptures. He was well versed with the scriptures. So, and what he was doing, he was going to different places, finding out all the scholars and challenging them for Shastrarth. This was kind of an activity people used to do earlier. They used to study Shastra and they used to do debate, Shastrarth. So Keshav Kashmiri, after defeating so many people across, he came to Navadvipa. Navadvipa at that time, it was you can say like a place of universities, means all most of the scholars they were there in Navadvipa. Hmm? So he came to that place, and when people in Navadvipa they got to know that Keshav Kashmiri, he is coming here, and he will definitely challenge us, and we know that we cannot defeat him. Most of the people they left that place. Uh, then somebody, the few people, they thought that, okay, anyway, he is coming. So they just made a plan that, okay, we will send him to Nimai. He was very expert in grammar. Nimai means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was very expert. He was a grammar teacher at that time. Very early age, he started schooling also, Pathsala. So they decided, okay, let him come. We will send it to Nimai. If he defeat Nimai, then we can very easily say that, okay, he's a small boy. Is it a big task to defeat a small boy? And if he got defeated, Keshav Kashmiri, then we can say that, oh, see, just a small boy from our village defeated Keshav Kashmiri. So like that, they made a plan about. And Keshav Kashmiri, when he reached here, and the same thing, they said, okay, if you want to debate, then go to Nimai. So where can I get him? Okay, he is there on the bank of River Ganga. You just go there. He is playing with his friends. You go there and just talk to him. And Keshav Kashmiri, with pomp and show, he reached over there, and he just went, on the bank of Ganga, and just inquired, who is Nimai? And there's all the boys, they said, yes, here is Nimai. So you are Nimai, I know that you are a grammar teacher, you are very expert. And then Nimai, he started glorifying Keshav Kashmiri. No, you are very intelligent, I know that. I heard so much about you. And then Keshav Kashmiri, he was so happy to know about it. He said, okay, already he accepted defeat. He knows about my glorification. Then Nimai Pandit, he said, anyway, you are here. I'm just a small boy. What I cannot debate with you. You are such a great personality. So anyway, you are here. So my humble request to you, why don't you sing some glory about Mother Ganga? So some glory is about Mother Ganga. And Keshav Kashmiri, he was such an expert. Immediately, he composed 100 verses about the glorification of Mother Ganga. 100 verses. It was not already made songs or the shlokas. Immediately, he composed. Such an intelligent personality he was. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai, just he took one of the verse and he asked him, now let us discuss the flaws or the faults in this particular verse, or the means whatever some faults or some good qualities, whatever is there, let us discuss about it. And Keshav Kashmiri, he got shocked. He said, in my compilation, in my means composition, there cannot be any fault. How can you say like that? And he was also surprised to know that he just recited all those 100 verses in such a speed. How come this small boy could remember one verse? So exactly, he inquired from him, how could you remember this? I spoke so fast. How can you remember? So he said, like, God has given you intelligence to compile, to compose all these songs. Similarly, Lord has given me intelligence to memorize. And after that, when the discussion started, and Nimai, he could find out so many flaws in that one verse. And Keshav Kashmiri was totally defeated. The other boys, they were laughing. And Nimai said, no, don't laugh. You should not do like this. I think Keshav Kashmiri today, he's very much tired. He's traveling from so long, he's coming. He's traveling. He has been traveling for so long. He's tired. Yes, please don't mind all these boys, they're laughing. Please go back home, take a rest. Tomorrow again we will meet. He was defeated totally. And Keshav Kashmiri, when he came back to his place and he started praying Mother Saraswati, he was a great devotee of Mother Saraswati and started praying, what happened? How come today I have been defeated just by a small boy? How come? Why I'm not getting your mercy today? Why it happened? So he was inquiring, just bowing down and requesting. Then Mother Saraswati appeared and she said, today you were meeting with my Lord. He is not an ordinary person. You were meeting with my Lord. He is my shelter. Just go and beg his forgiveness, beg mercy, take his shelter. And next day, Keshav Kashmiri, he just went there and bowed down and requested and begged mercy from Nimai Pandit. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from the very beginning, he has been revealing. And the same Nimai, after taking sannyas, when he traveled throughout means South India, he was traveling and preaching this congregational chanting of the holy name. And wherever he went, he just converted all the people in loving devotion, into Krishna consciousness. Whoever, just simply by seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, uh, they were getting this love for Krishna, Krishna consciousness. And once the same, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was there in Varanasi, and Varanasi that time it was a place of Mayavadi sannyasis. Even today also, so many Mayavadi sannyasis you find. So one very prominent sannyasi, he was Prakashanand Saraswati. So Prakashanand Saraswati, he was very well-known sannyasi and many thousand followers. When they got to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is here, and when they heard about it, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always singing, dancing, chanting on a street with his devotees, and he's a sannyasi. So he was just thinking, a sannyasi should not do like this. This is what the conception generally people have, that especially Mayavadi sannyasis, their duty is just to study Vedas, scriptures, and most of the time doing all such activities, doing some kind of yajna or doing studying scriptures, and they do shastra, So like when one of the devotee of Mahaprabhu, when he was there in assembly of those Mayavadis and they were criticizing or talking bad about, so he was not feeling happy. So he invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that please come to that assembly sometime and please show your mercy upon them. So by the request of his devotee, once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the request and he came to the assembly of Prakashanand Saraswati, and there were so many other sannyasis. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there, the same question Prakashanand Saraswati inquired about. Why you behave like this? You are a sannyasi. You should study scripture. And instead of that, you are going out, you're singing, dancing. Why you do like this? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is replying. He said, when I went to my guru, he said, I'm full number one. Who is saying? Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is saying, I'm full number one. I know nothing. And that's why my Guru Maharaj, my spiritual master, he said, just chant this holy name. Just chant this holy name, and this will give you perfection of life. And simply following his instruction, when I started chanting the holy name, my body was trembling, my hair was standing on an end, tears were flowing from my eyes. Sometimes I was jumping high, and sometimes I was becoming unconscious. All these are different symptoms. These are devotional ecstasy symptoms. So I was not knowing why it is happening. So I went to my spiritual master. I inquired from him why it is happening. When I chant the holy name, why these symptoms appearing in my body? And then my guru, my spiritual master, he was very happy. And he said, this is the perfection of chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is the perfection. Means when we chant, our heart becomes so much pure. Not only it becomes pure, but we receive the love of Krishna. When we experience love of Krishna, this is called Ashta Sattvic Vikar. All these ecstatic symptoms will be there. Tears will be in eyes, our this trembling of the body and hairs standing on an end. These are all symptoms, ecstatic symptoms. So this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to teach him. A detailed discussion is there, but he wanted to teach him that if we really want to achieve perfection of life, then the simple method is chanting the holy name of the Lord, and and uh, with this mood, the mood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing, that I am fool number one. With this understanding that I know nothing, when we take shelter of a spiritual master and instructions, what we are getting from a spiritual master, if we follow that instruction, then we become eligible to receive mercy of Krishna. This is the process. With our challenging attitude, with pride, we cannot get mercy. Does not matter how much we chant, does not matter how many tirtha we are doing, and whatever austerity, penances we are doing. But after doing all those things, if our heart is not becoming humble, if we are not developing that humble attitude, then that will not help us to receive this mercy.
How did they meet Gita?
Yeah, that is a detailed discussion, subject matter. But of course, uh, Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is talking about the detailed pastimes, let us quickly discuss about it a little bit. Many things are there. I'm just giving you a few examples, few pastimes I'm talking about. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, uh, hearing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about his description, how simply by taking shelter of Guru, simply by taking shelter of uh, the process, the holy name, we can receive the ultimate benediction, that is love of Godhead. And that is what he was teaching to even Prakashananda Saraswati. What is the purpose of Vedic study? Why do we do Vedic, why we study Vedas? Vedaishcha sarvair ahameva vedyo. The purpose of studying Vedas is to understand Krishna. And once we understand Krishna, what is the purpose of understanding Krishna? Once we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha, simply knowing about that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is the source of all, He is the source of all, He is the cause of all causes. What do? We take shelter, we accept Krishna, we engage ourselves in loving devotional service. That is real knowing. Otherwise, simply knowing that Krishna is great, Krishna is God, that is not sufficient. When we take shelter, when we love, when we perform devotional service, that is what perfection is. Service. So, how many people can do all these big tapasya, big austerity, especially in this age of Kali Yuga? Even at that time also, if you study the process of Ashtanga Yoga process, controlling the mind and senses, and so much austerity, even in those time when the situation was very much favorable, Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, it was very difficult to perform. And especially in this age of Kali Yuga, it is very difficult. Any yoga process, we learn about that. What is the first objective of any yoga process? Controlling the mind and senses. And we know that in this time, controlling the mind and senses is very, very difficult. It was difficult earlier also, and it is more difficult now. And in spite of that, we have less time. Yes, our age, we have less time. So, seeing all these, Krishna mercifully appear as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, appear as in the form of his holy name. And simply by chanting the holy name, we can revive our lost relationship with Krishna. Not only revive relationship, but we can achieve the ultimate benediction, that is love. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come here to give us. Without any discrimination, without any qualification. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he is asking full surrender. If you surrender him, then he will remove or he will destroy all sinful reaction. Yes, this is not the topmost benediction. Destroying sinful reaction No, mukti. Like many, many people, when they are on a spiritual path, what they desire, what exactly you desire, what is your desire, why we do devotional service? Mukti, moksha. Yes. So this is one desire, and if you heard, means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not here to give you mukti. Mukti is a just byproduct. He is here to give us topmost benediction by following the rules and regulations of Vedic scriptures. You can very easily achieve mukti. You'll be free from the cycle of birth and death. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha means that is final goal. You can be delivered very easily. But mukti is not the ultimate goal. Devotees of the Lord, they don't want even, they do not desire even going back to Godhead.
What is love and
They are only, their only desire is to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. Wherever they are, they don't bother about it. Whether they are in hell, they are in heaven, they do not bother about it. Swarga, apavarga. They do not bother about it. Because whatever, being here in this material world, they are always engaged and absorbed in service of Krishna. And what do we do in Golok Dham? What we are aspiring for. When we, for example, now, when we go back to Godhead, what is our expectation there? What we will do there? Tell me. We should know about it, right? What we are going to do there? Why we want to go to back to Godhead? Tell me. Huh?
love Krishna.
One thing, maybe because we are suffering in this material world and we don't want any kind of suffering, and that's why we want to give up this place, leave this place, and go back to Godhead. Because we know that there's no birth, there is no old age, disease, death, nothing is there. We are in our spiritual, natural form, and we are very happy, blissful. So that is one aspiration to go there, right? But even pure devotees, even they do not want this. They are not looking for some comfort because I'm frustrated in this material world and that's why I want to leave this world. That is not. That is escaping mentality. Huh? So this is very advanced topic. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees, like he is giving us Gopi Bhava, the topmost love, topmost devotion. Like gopis, they are the topmost devotee of the Lord. And they are ready to take any pain just to give pleasure to Krishna. That is our ultimate purpose. So even if we go to back to Godhead,
Not to receive love from Krishna, but to give love to Krishna.
giving love, automatically you will receive.
I mean, yes, but
Reciprocation is always there.
reciprocation is there, but what is my desire? Just to love Krishna, and I'm not thinking if you love me or
Yes,
not.
that is what the topmost love, pure love, anya bhilashita sunyam, even without any expectation. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Sunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virhen me ashlishya va padartam vinashtu mam adarshanan marmahatam karotu va. He's saying, whether you accept me, you do not accept me, but you're always my master. That is pure love, without any expectation. Wherever devotee means they only aspire to love, to serve Krishna. So either they are in this material world or they are in a spiritual world, they are always serving. And that's why Lord Shiva, he is speaking to Mother Parvati. He is saying that devotees of the Lord, they never bother about where they are. Whether they are in hell, they are in heaven, they are always happy. Even they are in back to Godhead, the only aspiration is service. Krishna Bhakta, they are nishkam. They don't have any desire. And that's why they are shant, they are happy, blissful. Yes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not only giving us this moksha, very small. So he is teaching us that how we can achieve this ultimate perfection of life. And this perfection we are achieving by chanting the holy name of the Lord, being in association with devotees, always singing, dancing, and feasting. Is there any method, simple method like this? Why do we? Is it really simple? Do you see it is simple? Singing, dancing, and feasting. Chanting, dancing, and feasting. If you go to the temple, you will see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always in dancing mode. His hands are raised and dancing and just chanting the holy name. Have you seen any such Lord always dancing? So most of the Lord's form you will see, even Krishna in different forms when he appeared with so many different weapons. In the form of Lord Nrsimhadev, or in the form of Lord Ram, or Lord Vaman. So many forms, so many incarnations, different weapons are there, ferocious weapon forms. But when he appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his weapon is Harinam Sankirtan. He is not here to kill the demons, but the demonic mentality. Because in Kali Yuga, the demon is there within us. Lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, that is there. So if he start killing everyone, then he will have to kill everyone. Nobody will be there. So in this age of Kali Yuga, he appeared just to kill the demonic mentality, and not only to kill the demonic mentality, but to fill it, to fill our heart with the love. So he is most magnanimous incarnation. And that's why if you see the pranam mantra of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. He is the most magnanimous personality without any discrimination, without any qualification. He is here to give us topmost benediction. He is making us qualified also. We are not qualified to receive this. But first, he is making us qualified and then giving us this benediction. So many beautiful pastimes are there. Even when you go in detail, the way means in his childhood pastimes and how he is traveling throughout the India and showing his mercy, showering his mercy upon everyone, how everybody and anybody coming in contact with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is getting transformed. What to talk about human beings when he was traveling to Vrindavan, first time, yes. And when he was traveling to Vrindavan through the forest of Jharikhand, and he was just with one of his associate, his servant, and he was traveling, and in jungle, so many other animals, tiger, lion, elephants, all these, whatever I'm telling you, just giving you a small, just glimpse of that. When you go through in detail, these descriptions are wonderfully written by Krishdas Kaviraj Goswami. So not only human beings, means when he was going through this jungle, even tiger, lion, elephants, simply seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were in ecstasy. They were chanting the holy name. When I was hearing about it, like nobody wants a lion in front, to face a lion or tiger or a mad elephant. It's very difficult. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing through that area, the lion, he was sleeping. If we are there in jungle and the lion is sleeping, we will simply try to escape or try to just go away from there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was waking up those lions. Wake up, sleeping soul. There's a beautiful bhajan. Jiva Jago, Jiva Jago. Gaura Chandera Bole. So he was waking up all those lions and asking them, chant the holy name. And those lions, you can see the picture also in one of the book. Those lions, they were raising hand and chanting the holy name. Not only lions, even the deer and lion. Do you see this combination? Both are enemy, not enemy. I'll say Miss Lion is always running after deer, but the deer and lion together, they are chanting, dancing, hugging each other. Even it is mentioned like kissing each other. They were in so much ecstasy simply by hearing the holy name. They forgot about their external different forms. They could realize their internal constitutional position, that they are part and parcel of Krishna, their soul. And they were absorbed in chanting. Of course, it is inconceivable. We cannot understand, we cannot perceive, or we cannot, this is, for us, it is inconceivable. Like we hear so much about Krishna's pastime, it is very inconceivable to understand. But we know that we are not talking about any ordinary person. He is God who is there within heart, everyone's heart, as super soul. Whatever he wants, he can do that. For us, we are trying so hard, right? We have chanting, doing, requesting, but may not be. Everybody will not accept it, or it will not. It may not transfer. So, like when we hear about Namamrit, we hear about that. It's not just hearing the words. From whom we are hearing, that also makes a big difference. We are trying so hard, but even in this small place of Nirvana country, how many devotees are there? But you see Srila Prabhupada, when he went to America, single-handedly, he's just spreaded this message throughout the whole world. And so many big people, they dedicated their whole life. It's power of purity. Though the name is always pure, and by knowingly, unknowingly, anybody chanting will get benefited out of it. But of course, when it comes to authority, when it comes to pure soul, that transform. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God himself. So if he is willing to give it to somebody, then definitely even animals will accept and purify. So that mercy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world to give to all of us. And not only he appeared and gave this message, but many empowered soul, empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are trying and they are spreading this message and glorious pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Simply by reading, hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will develop that love. It's very difficult to get that love directly by Krishna. If we approach Krishna, we cannot get it. But in this age of Kali Yuga, without any qualification, if we simply take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if we start reading and hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, love, Krishna, Prem is guaranteed. I have seen devotees, whoever start taking interest in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or reading and hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their level of advancement is very different. Very, very different. Because in this whole Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is not one book. We have a set of 9 books. And if you hear about the history of this book compilation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, last time we discussed, he the empowered soul. This is the prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This was that my commander-in-chief, Senapati Bhakta, he will appear and spread this message throughout the world. So this prediction, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction, and that personality is Srila Prabhupada, who appeared in this world and took this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the world. And when he was compiling many other books like Srimad Bhagavatam, and meanwhile, he started compilation of Chaitanya Charitamrita, because this was an urgent need. And Srila Prabhupada, that time the BBT in charge, Rameshwar Prabhu, he was the in charge. And printing book is not so easy at that time. Srila Prabhupada used to translate. Throughout night, he used to translate the book. And so many work is required. Pictures are there, proofreading is there, so many activities are there. And when Srila Prabhupada asked that, how much time it will take to print Chaitanya Charitamrita? 9 books. Rameshwar Prabhu, he said, one book, Prabhupada, we will give you within 2 months. One book in 2 months. So 9 books are there, it means at least 18 months will take time. And you know what Prabhupada said? Prabhupada said, I want all 9 books in 2 months. And Rameshwar Prabhu said, Prabhupada, it is impossible. How is it possible? Means, translating all these books means so much work is there. If you go through these pages, you will see even it's very Bengali text is there, then English transliteration is there, then translation is there, and Prabhupada's purport is there. So many beautiful pictures there. How is it possible, Prabhupada? And Prabhupada said, impossible is the word in fool's dictionary. And he inspired. And devotees all around the world, just to fulfill this desire of Srila Prabhupada, they started working. And Prabhupada himself, because there was a competition kind of, because Prabhupada has to translate, compile these books, and that will go for print, right? So parallelly, Prabhupada, he used to translate these books, and Rameshwar Prabhu and team and people across, they used to just do all the needful activities to print this book. And within 2 months, all the 9 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita was presented to Srila Prabhupada. Amazing. If you go through this, what I'm giving you just a glimpse. If you read all these sacrifice of devotees, how now very easily we are getting these books. And unfortunately, we are not able to even read. We are not taking out some time to read these books. But Prabhupada has put so much effort just to give this book so that we can read and we can achieve the perfection of life. So this year, like in every year, we have been doing Bhagavad Gita marathon, and also in the time of Bhadra Purnima, Srimad Bhagavatam marathon. The purpose is to somehow or other to spread these books, because in Kali Yuga, gradually the education, the knowledge means, and this will be the source of knowledge. Because if we read scripture and if we help other to read scripture, give them scripture, that is going to spread the message, the best way to spread the message. So this time, devotees, they decided, this is international decision across the world, because 7th March is appearance day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So for his pleasure and to spread his message throughout the world, so one campaign, marathon, which has already been started, and the title for that marathon is Ghar Ghar Gauranga. So this title, our temple president Rambhadra Prabhu suggested, Ghar Ghar Gauranga, every home there should be Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself. Like Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of Krishna himself. Similarly, this Chaitanya Charitamrita is the literary incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is one service we have received from temple, and also this service is for our benefit, for our purification, and for receiving the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that we can develop our love for Krishna. So as the request is that, like any other, first of all, we have to receive this, and also if we can give it to others as gift, like if you have someone to give, maybe initially you may see like maybe people may not be knowing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and if we even don't know much about it. So first of all, we should receive these copies and small daily basis start reading this book, right? Even if you hand over to someone who is not knowing about it, many incidents are there wherein people, the moment they started knowing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their life was transformed. Even a few devotees, they were talking about that sometimes people, having Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they used to go to the airport and singing and dancing. And many people around, they used to ask, who are these two boys, or like that. So they were thinking them like two dolls, and why they are chanting, dancing together with dolls. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. If somebody is simply seeing them, having darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the transformation will take place. Start. So
Which year did he appear?
almost 500 years back, 520, 525, yes, 15th century, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Nadia. And this was a time like Falgun month. He appeared, and when he appeared that time only, because it was eclipse, moon eclipse. And then it was a tradition in India that when any kind of eclipse is there, then people, they do some kind of devotional service, some kind of devotional practice, especially chanting the holy name. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, that time there was a moon eclipse, solar eclipse, no, moon eclipse. So that time people around, even all caste people, people from different castes, they were chanting. So this is a significance that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and with his appearance only, he just inaugurated this Harinam Sankirtan. Everybody started chanting the holy name. So beautiful. I didn't spoke much about, but when you go through his pastimes, such a wonderful, wonderful pastimes, sweet pastimes. When you read here, you will see the magic happening. So today we have this. I mean, you all can plan to have at least one set for yourself, and if you can give it to others as a service, that would be really great. So Hindi and English edition is there. So generally, when we see books, like English edition is always costlier than Hindi edition. But Chaitanya Charitamrita Hindi edition is 4,000, all 9 books, and English edition is 3,000. So on this special Gaur Purnima, let's do this, bring Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at home, Krishna at home. And gradually, eventually, we will start reading also. We will hear about all these different pastimes in detail, right? So I'll stop here. Thank you so much. And we can do one round of chanting, and
Whoever wants, in fact, I would request and push everyone to at least get one copy of
all around one set is actually this time the international team, they have taken a vow to distribute 5,000 copies all over the world. From India, I think from India only 5,000, or let me anyway. 5,000 copies of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So even so many devotees are there. Even 1 month set, if we keep them, very easily I can achieve this.
YouTube channel बना लीजिए रोज एक कहानी सुनाओ.
Huh?
YouTube channel पे रोज एक कहानी सुना दिया करो.
Karna is more important.
No, that is okay, because of course we have to hear in association with devotees, and these scriptures, especially hard copies, because now we are habitual to go through this soft copy. We don't get that kind of emotion and feeling. We may read those books online also, but we don't find, when you take this book, you touch with your hand and you have personal association. It's magical difference. So, and we can directly worship these scriptures. It's a Lord Himself. So when we do chanting, and we should keep this Panchatattva picture in front of us. Prabhupada used to say that simply having this picture in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, chant this mantra. This is the Yuga Dharma. If you do nothing, even do this one activity, that is going to help. That is going to give you perfection of life. So let's chant. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda.
लास्ट सीन कौन से भक्त है कृष्ण
हाँ?
भगवान? श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
Shivas.
शिवास.
Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, and Shivas Thakur. So this is Panchatattva. We will discuss about them in detail. These associates representing to whom we will know about it. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. What about others? Nityanand Prabhu is Balram. Similarly, other associates are there. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu or Lord Shiva himself. He is the Sadashiva. And Gadadhar Pandit is representation of Shivati Radharani. And Shivas Thakur is representation of, he is Narad Muni himself, devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. Namaste Simhaya Aladaladadarine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shrilatanka Nakadare Ito Narsingha Parato Narsingha Yato yato yami tato narsingha Bahil narsingha Hridaye narsingha Narsingha madim Sharanam prapade Tava kara kamala bhare naka Adbhuta shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubinga Keshavadvita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hari Jai Jagadish Hari Jai Jagadish Hari Jaya Nrsimhadev, 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 Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jai Prahlad Maharaj. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Jai Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Sati Radha Sati Radha. Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radha. Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jai Sudarsha, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Jai Gurudev. प्रेम से कहिए न श्री भगवान की जय, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. How many of you heard about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time? For the first time, huh? You heard? Huh. Okay, very nice. You are so fortunate. When I came to ISKCON, I joined ISKCON. I heard first time about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
I also heard for the first time when I joined.
And let me tell you today, because once you go through this process of chanting, and especially hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will fall in love with him. If you love, means he is Krishna himself, but you will love Chaitanya Mahaprabhu more than Krishna. He is so loving, so merciful, and he is the only hope in this age of Kali Yuga. We can very easily take his shelter and achieve perfection of life. And very soon, maybe we will start this book again. We will hear more about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.